That is Dan, and we
Hi, Dan.
welcome Rose.
Hey!
Hi. Feels good to be back.
I am so excited to be talking to you. There is a lot to discuss here, including a solo project, a project that I remember very vividly. Maybe, I don't know, I've lost track of time. 3 or 4 years ago, you were on this couch and slightly teased, like the slightest, tiniest little bit you fed us. How long have you been working on this?
Oh, wow. I think we could say, like, longest 3 years. Like, the first song that I recorded on my own, and we kind of marked it as, oh, this could be potentially Rosie's solo song, was like 3 years ago. So, quite a long time ago.
Wow. So you've been working on your story through music for 3 years now, and when you first listen to a song, like, how do you listen? Like, and this could be a song for you or Blackpink. How do you hear it? What do you listen for?
Well, first of all, I think I literally try to kind of make a kind of like a blank page, and I'm just like, yep, I'm a blank canvas, and I'm just waiting for it to kind of speak to me, definitely. There's just always that moment where you're like, yep, this is perfect, everything's amazing, we have to work on this one. What do I look at? I think I kind of go for a lot of like lyric wise, if it kind of speaks to me, that's important. And if it's a song that doesn't have lyrics yet, then it's like, it's just any type of melody that kind of like really draws you in, like first impression, just everything. If it looks like me or sounds like me, then I'm like, yep.
On the Ground has all of that, right? I mean, like, right out the gate when you first hear it, is it like meant for you?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't even know. Like, so it wasn't even pitched for like just me. It was just a song that came through, and we were like listening to, like, it was a very rough draft, but I was like, I liked it, and I think my producer too. We were just like, oh my god, this is so cool. I mean, the sound was really cool and everything. So, actually, yeah, of course, this song was like a song that we talked about. Like, we heard it once and we talked about it again, and like I don't know, like, it was just like in an instant it was like, yep, this is gonna be the song. And I remember just like we like kind of finished off recording it, did some retouches, but then like we're already having a music video meeting like next day, I remember, and it was like crazy.
Dan loves the music video.
Well, there's so many hidden things in the music video, and I was watching it like 30 times last night trying to find all the little hidden Easter eggs or secrets you may have hidden in there.
Yeah.
So the question I had first is, like, you write Rosé on the mirror, then it switches to your real name, Roseanne. What's the meaning behind that scene?
So the director kind of wanted, like, me to kind of act out like maybe like an old version of me, and have the younger past version of me write Rosé on the mirror, and he wanted so it'd be kind of like the past me looking into the future, writing my future stage name Rosé, and then my future self to be writing my old name, Roseanne. So it's kind of weird, because when you're younger, you look into your future like, oh my god, when I grow up, I'm going to be this, I'm going to be that. And then for me, now that I'm like, working, and I'm, being, trying to be an adult and everything, funny thing, I think I tend to look back on my older days, and there are a lot of traits about me back then which I admire now. I'm like, wow, back then I was like this. I was this kind of a person. I was very driven. Like, I had the wildest dreams. I'm like, and I like aspired to be myself that I was in the old days. I don't know. That's like, I think that's pretty ironic, and I think he tried to portray that. Which I like.
But also really special, right? Like as you progress in life, you've realized the qualities from your past that you want to keep with you, that you want to maximize on and expand upon. But I'm sure at the same time, you've left things in the past too that maybe you didn't want to carry with you, right?
Of course, definitely. You learn from your mistakes and then you grow up. But I don't know, for me, I don't know if it's the same with everyone. Of course, every day I'm like, oh my god, I learn from my mistakes and I am growing as a person. But there is a lot of me that was like, if somebody asked me to be a trainee again and do all that I did, when I was in my like teenage years, like if they tell me to do that again, I'm like, I can't do it. I don't know how I did it. So it's like, yeah.
You wouldn't do it again because you don't know how you were able to conquer it. But really, the truth is you had something inside of you the whole time, right? This unwavering, this constant dedication and focus and desire.
That's the thing, like, that's, like, the whole point of the song, I think, is, like, I think nowadays I'm like, oh my god, like, I'm trying to look for, like, what is my main purpose in life, and what am I looking for? What am I doing all this for? Every day I wake up, like, work from, like, morning to, like, sunrise to, like, sunset, and I'm like, what am I doing it for? And then you think, like, it was all in me, like everything. I'm trying to look outwards, like what am I doing this for, like what am I trying to achieve? I'm trying to look outwards, but basically I have to look inwards, because that, like you said, that old version of me is already me. And so I'm just kind of like trying to check back into who I am as a person, what I value the most.
So that's one of my questions that I had here is like, the concept is always about like what you really need is on the ground. So what do you genuinely need to get by, Rosé? Like, what is happiness to you, essentially?
So that's what I'm saying, as in, if I think about it, like, on the ground, like, so many ways to interpret that, right? Like,
yeah.
Like, when a plane lifts off, you're, like, on the ground, and it lifts up, and you need to be on the ground for it to, kind of, like, speed up to, fly. And so, like, everything we need is, like, built in us, like, as in, when I was a trainee, I think my family meant to me the most. So they were my biggest happiness. My love for music was most important. I didn't care about what other people thought. It was just about me enjoying it. Like, oh my god, I love singing, like, in this tiny room, like, for like 7-8 hours, because I just enjoy it. But, like, as soon as you start to get things out of it, that's when you start not enjoying it. And I feel like just checking back into those things, like family, just like my love for music. It's just like really simple. It's not even that big.
No, but it's those simple things that result in the biggest impacts, right? And like the concept of like one day you could sing in a room by yourself alone and love every second of it, and then the next day you're singing because you have to sing, because it's work to sing. And it does change a little bit.
It should never be that way, though, right? And that's why I think I hope that this is a song that kind of reminds us that, you just gotta stick to what you actually, like, started these things for.
And by the way, like, I think that is a reminder for everybody.
Yeah, well, it kind of seems like you're saying, you worked your whole life to become Rosé the superstar, but sometimes you kind of miss the life that you were living before.
Of course. But, I mean, of course people are, like, they think, like, it's all about, like, me, like, saying, I'm such a big person now, and, like, now I'm, like, but that's not really it. It's just about where I'm at as an adult. Like, I feel like now I feel a little more confident in my skin than I used to be, and, like, I'm, like, kind of starting to work and kind of enjoy it a little more. And, like, just me with where I am as an adult, whilst I'm doing that, I'm also looking for, like, purpose in life, and like where I'm at, what I'm doing this for, like, what does this all mean. Just, like, I think everybody could relate to it. So I really hope that people don't take this in as, like, oh, Rosie's singing about how amazing she is, like, or like where she is, and like how successful she is. But, like, that's not really it. It's just talking about my stage in life, how I have worked my whole life to get to my dreams. And, like, I'm, like, just every day I'm going there. But it's like, wait, hold on. Let's not always look forward. Let's always also look back at who I am as a person, and kind of, take care of the things that actually mean to me.
What did you learn from your time with BP that set you up perfectly to release this solo project?
Oh, that's a really good question, because I have been talking about how this whole solo project has kind of brought me to realize how much I actually have learned as Blackpink. I'm actually really, if I was to do this all by myself since day one, then I would not be able to do it. Like, handling everything, just knowing how everything's working. But, like, just, like, the whole like, you know, with Blackpink, we've worked so many hours like straight on, and so like just having that like kind of stamina to keep up with everything that's happening, just like the whole process of releasing music, I've done that like so many times with my members, so that like I'm experienced. But back then I had my fellow like teammates to kind of rely on, and so I kind of, you know, I learned through that process. So now that I'm by myself doing it, I'm much more comfortable and I know what's going to come. So I feel like, yeah.
It's special. It's special having, one, that experience, but two, they must mean something to you throughout this process, right? Whether it be security or just ears that are willing to listen.
Yes, definitely. It's just like, I definitely feel like it's like I'm not doing this alone. They're there when I need them, and they're like, I just, like, yeah, it's like family. It's like you just know that your family's always going to be there, you know, no matter what. It's like exactly like that.
Hey, beautiful human, I gotta hit pause real quick to tell you about my favorite native deodorant. I'm obsessed. One, because it's made with things that I understand. Tapioca